Biggest NHL Bust, Griffin Reinhart. Griffin Reinhart is often considered a draft bust due to his inability to meet high expectations set for him as the 4th overall pick in the 2012 NHL Draft. Despite being highly touted for his size and skill as a defenseman, Reinhart struggled to secure a consistent spot on NHL rosters. Reinhart was involved in a draft day trade which sent him to the Edmonton Oilers for 2 draft picks, which further cemented him as a draft bust. In this episode of Biggest NHL Busts, I spotlight Griffin Reinhart. Griffin Reinhart was a highly touted prospect defenseman for the Edmonton Oil Kings in the WHL. He showcased a combination of size, skill, and leadership that made him a standout prospect. At 6'4" and over 200 pounds, Reinhart was seen as a physically imposing defenseman with potential to dominate at both ends of the ice. Scouts praised his defensive reliability, strong shot, and ability to make smart plays under pressure. He was often described as a two-way defenseman with potential to log big minutes in the NHL. He captained the Oil Kings to a WHL championship and Memorial Cup victory, earning accolades like WHL playoff MVP and earned a spot on the WHL East second All-Star team. In his draft year with the Oil Kings, Reinhart scored 12 goals and 36 points in 58 games and also scored 8 points in 20 playoff games. Reinhart represented Canada in various international junior tournaments, further solidifying his reputation as a top prospect. Reinhart entered the 2012 NHL Draft with significant hype, largely due to his impressive junior career. Griffin Reinhart was drafted 4th overall by the New York Islanders in the 2012 NHL Draft after infamous busts like Nail Yakupov, Ryan Murray, and Alex Galchenyuk. On October 10, 2014, Reinhart made his NHL debut with the New York Islanders, but he spent most of the 2014-15 season with their AHL affiliate, the Bridgeport Sound Tigers. The Islanders had high hopes that he would become a cornerstone defenseman for the team, but his time with the Islanders was short-lived and marked by limited impact. In 2015, the Islanders traded Griffin Reinhart to the Edmonton Oilers in exchange for a 1st and 2nd round pick in 2015. These picks turned into Matt Barzal and Anthony Beauvillier, both of whom became key players for the New York Islanders. The trade for Reinhart is often cited as one of the Oilers' worst moves, especially considering the success that Matt Barzal had with the Islanders. Reinhart only played in 29 regular season games for the Oilers during the 2015-16 season, recording 0 goals and just 1 assist. His performance failed to meet expectations for the former 4th overall pick. In 2017, the Oilers left Reinhart unprotected in the NHL expansion draft, and he was selected by the Vegas Golden Knights. This effectively ended his time with Edmonton. Reinhart's NHL career was brief and disappointing as he finished with just 2 points in 37 games. Why is Griffin Reinhart a bust? Griffin Reinhart is considered a draft bust for several reasons, despite the high expectations surrounding him as the 4th overall pick in the 2012 draft. Reinhart only played in 37 NHL games in his career, failing to establish himself as a reliable defenseman at the top level. Scouts initially praised his size and skill, but his skating ability was a significant weakness. He struggled to adapt to the faster pace in the NHL, which limited his effectiveness. The Edmonton Oilers traded valuable draft picks to acquire Reinhart, including a 1st round pick that was used to select Matt Barzal, who became a star player. This trade is often cited as one of the worst trades in Oilers history. After failing to secure a roster spot in the NHL, Reinhart moved to international leagues such as the KHL and eventually retired early, further solidifying his status as a bust. Griffin Reinhart was never a special player even in juniors and didn't warrant being drafted 4th overall, so it's not a surprise that he didn't live up to his draft expectations.